All right, what's up everyone? Welcome back to this week's mindset video. And if you've been following the series, I am building upon each and every episode. So if you haven't listened to any of these, if you're on my Facebook page, scroll below, you'll see them. If it's on YouTube, you'll see them all here as well. And obviously as a client, you'll be getting these each and every week. But what I want to talk about today is a slightly different view to what we've been covering over the last few weeks, when it comes to why most people aren't achieving the results they want, why they're staying frustrated, why they're not able to break through and achieve those next levels in whatever it is that they're trying to work towards. But today, I'm going to give you a recipe to guarantee your results, to guarantee your success, all right? And when you understand this process and then you start to attach it to the how in terms of how to approach it, how to do it yourself, all right, you'll soon start to see just how powerful this is. Now, I'm not going to apologize for the fact that I failed kindergarten, but I'm going to do my best to give you a visual representation. You see, most people, when they go about achieving something, they are here, right? They have their starting point. Most people are very good at articulating where they are, right? I'm fat and I'm happy, I have no money, whatever it is, right? We have that self-awareness of the things that we're not happy with or that we're not comfortable with in our life, right? And then we have our end goal, all right? And most people are clear on what they want. And over the last few weeks, I've shared with you why some of you haven't been able to get there yet, okay? But a typical approach that most people like to take when they want to achieve what they want is this. They want to go from where they are now to where they want to be in a single leap. All right, so you got to understand that whatever you did in your life to end up where you are at this point right now was based on a whole bunch of things. It'll be based on your belief system, your conditioning, your actions, your mindset, your level of discipline and commitment and consistency and self-talk, and all of those things have led you to this point. All right, to think that it is at all possible to go from where you are now to where you want to be in a single leap, eating that elephant in one bite, is so unrealistic. And I don't like the word impossible, but I would almost use it here, because nothing that led you to this point has necessarily changed, or maybe one or two things have changed, but to do it in a single leap, you haven't had time to build the new belief system. You haven't had time or the practice, the repetitions to create the new habits, the new disciplines, the new daily rituals and routines, right? But yet, when you don't achieve it in a single leap, you get pissed off and you go back here again, right? And then you get enthusiastic in another 2 or 3 months. Like, this time it's going to be keto, or this time I'm going to do that, or this time I'm going to make sure I do that, and I'm going to create a whole new program, and I'm going to get up at 6 o'clock every day. And you do it for 4 days, and you know what? This actually sucks. I'm so tired. I'm just going to sleep in tomorrow. And 3 days later, you're back here, right? And this becomes this constant loop of frustration for most people and why they're not able to achieve what they want. And if you want a great representation of this, right, I think it's something like 90% of lotto winners end up bankrupt. So you think about that. Somebody wins lotto, right? They win the lottery. They end up getting tens of millions sometimes. And not only do those people spend all of that money, but 90% of them end up going bankrupt. All right? Because again, they went from here to here. They didn't have good money beliefs. They didn't have good money conversations. They didn't have good fundamentals and disciplines and routines and anything else. So they ended up back here. Okay? And that's just a very generic and general example. But what you got to understand is this is where most people live. And it's the reason why you're not achieving what you want, or why you're staying frustrated and you're always looking for the next thing to get excited about that you can then do in a single leap. The magic instant results button that we all want, the magic pill that I can pop to instantly get in great shape and feel fantastic and have all the money in the world and be happy and love myself. Okay? You got to understand, especially if you watched last week's video, that change is a process, and being able to achieve change doesn't have to be emotional. It can be practical when you understand that process. Okay? So if you haven't watched that, again, go back and watch that video. So, if that's what doesn't work, how do you guarantee what will work? Okay, and this is something that took me a long time to really understand, but then to develop and to create in every single one of my programs and every single market I've been in. That's why all of my clients that have ever achieved an incredible transformation, which is almost all of them, are still in fantastic shape. And if they aren't in fantastic shape, it's because they went from this, which I'm about to show you, back to that. All right, and it all became too hard or too big. And that's why I've got to get myself ready to do it. Okay, because you think you got to do this in one jump. Of course you got to get ready for that, right? But you know that's not what's going to be successful. So let's look at what is going to be successful. All right, what I want you to think about, and I call these, and again, you can see how beautiful my drawing is, right? I call these set points, okay, or anchor points. Some of you might even refer to them as habits, all right, or new disciplines, new, even sometimes values that you've now ingrained, okay? And the best part about doing this and adding these to your process and being aware of it is the progression, which I'm going to show you now. So let's say over here, you're in exactly the same position, right? You're feeling the same way, but instead of jumping and I'm going to lose 20 kilos in the next 2 weeks, I'm just going to start committing to exercise 3 times a week. No matter what, I don't even know if it's going to be morning. I don't even know if it's going to be night. I don't know what days yet, but I'm going to nail 3 days a week, no matter what. So you take your first steps, and this is my 3 times per week, okay? Is that sustainable? Probably. What happens, all right, if you don't do that? Well, you do take a step back, and then again, I've got to try again, right? But I'm only trying to nail that first thing. I'm only trying to nail that first goal or that first step or that first initial process or change, whatever it might be. Now let's say you do nail it. And the next one is I want to train 5 times. My writing's getting worse, not better. I want to train 5 times a week, right? Because this is ingrained in me now. Like I've done it, I tried it a couple of times, and now, you know what? Like I've nailed it. I've got that one down pat. Now I'm going to push myself to the next step. And I'm going to try and go to 5 days a week. So again, I work towards that. Now what happens if I don't nail 5 times? Maybe I did 4. Maybe I did 3, okay? So what's my new set point, right? I've now locked this in here. That's my new set point. When I go for that next step and that next goal, if I fail, I come back here. I don't come back to the start because this is the new me now. This is the new habit, the new discipline, the new routine, the new whatever, right? That I've now ingrained. Like I've got that down pat now. I know I can do that. I know I can commit it. I've done it so many times now. It's just part of what I do, okay? So when I stretch myself to that next level, if I fail, cool, I come back. I'm going to try again. Maybe I'll do 4, right? In the next few weeks, I'll do 4, but I don't quite get to 5. Cool. Eventually, you'll get there, and this will become your new set point. So now I'm working out 5 days a week. Maybe now I want to start adding 5 days a week, but I'm going to nail my food 5 days a week as well. So I'm going to be 5 and 5, all right? Again, you can understand the process, right? And then I keep going until I'm at my desired end result. Okay, but the best part about this is every time I want to move forward, I'm only moving forward to that next goal. I'm only moving forward to that next habit, that next set point, that next routine or change that I need to make in order to move forward, in order to achieve that next level of results, in order to build that next level of self-confidence and self-belief, because hey, I proved to myself I could do that. Now I proved to myself I can do that. Now I'm going to take on that, right? And all of this along the way becomes the most powerful tool that you can ever use to achieve anything: momentum. You are moving forward. Even when you move back, you are only taking one step back. You're not going back through this process of going back to the start again and waiting until that next glimpse of enthusiasm or excitement comes for you to start again. Because it's not about nailing this in one go. It's about building the foundations, the new set points, the new habits, the new mindset tools, the new belief systems, the new levels of self-confidence, and busting through fear and doubt and uncertainty. Because every time you do this, you know that, hey, I don't have to be afraid of going back to who I didn't want to be, to feeling how I didn't want to feel. I just No, I'm going to go back to something that I've already nailed, that I just need to keep working to be able to hit that next level. All right, and when you can do this, all right, what you're then able to do is start looking at the end result. All right, and start working out what are the things that I need to nail along the way in order to achieve that end result. Not how do I get there on the instant button ride, okay? What do I need to do? Like, it's for every single one of my clients. I don't work with anybody for less than 6 months. So over that 6-month period, I literally have locked in things that I track that we are working towards almost every week to 2 weeks. All right, it's why we do progress tracking, photos, body compositions every 2 weeks. Because for us, the end result is what's measurable. What we need to do along the way to achieve that end result is the only thing that we need to focus on, because we have something to measure. Once we're doing those things and we've created that next set point, cool. What are the next lot of things we got to do to move to the next set point, to drop to the next level of body fat, to get you believing that you can succeed in doing what you want, to be able to take on anything, to be able to go from being afraid of weights to walking into a gym with confidence, knowing that you could pick up any weight machine and not worry about anything, okay? And for some people, that's the end goal. For others, it's part of the journey along the way. So what I want you to do, and I leave you with a challenge every single week, okay, is let's let go of that, because it's designed to set you up for failure. If you want to set yourself up for success, focus on this, all right? Who do I want to be? That's the end result. What do I want to achieve? That's the end result, okay? What are the milestones? What are the set points? What are the measurable and tangible things that I need to be able to build and put in place along the way to be able to achieve that, okay? And they have to be measurable, because then you know, hey, do you know what? I'm here. I've nailed that. Great. It's like clients tell me my weight went up 1 kilo and 2 kilos down. I'm like, I don't care. At the moment, this is your focus. This is what we got to get in 2 weeks. All you got to do is do those things. We'll measure in 2 weeks. Anything we didn't do, we'll go back and we'll evaluate and we'll optimize and we'll change and we'll tweak until we hit the next level. All right? So your focus is always on where you're going, not being afraid of what happens if you don't get there in a single leap. Okay? So your challenge, like I said before, is to decide and get clear on what your first set point is. What is your first non-negotiable? It might be, hey, I'm going to nail my food first. Great. Is it 3 days, 4 days, 5 days? Is it getting rid of certain foods? Is it just making sure that you're actually able to track and know what you're doing, right? It's a great place to start, because again, it's measurable. And if it's measurable, I can master it. Okay? I can do something about it and work out what isn't working. So for you, wherever you are right now, whether it's in your transformation journey, whether it's in your life, okay? Saying what you want to do and doing it are two different things. And I've talked about that many times. So again, what I implore you and what I really want you to take on board with this is, what do you need to do to hit that first set point? Once you're clear on it, like I talked about before, once you know what it is and you're clear, what do you now need to do in order to get there? Because that's the only thing that you need to focus on. Anything else is irrelevant, right? Anything else is a distraction. All you have to do is, what's going to get me to that point? Not what's going to get me here. Just what do I need to do to get here? And once I've done that, and I've done that consistently, what do I need to do to get to the next point, and so on. All right, I really hope that you guys take a lot from that. And if you want somebody to help you break down what those set points are, to be able to work with you to help you move forward and to only focus on what is important and what's going to lead to the end result, then message me, comment below this video. Let me help you in any way that I can, whether it's with the transformation, whether it's with your mindset, whether it's just getting clear on what it is that you now need to do in order to move forward. Right? It's what I love to do. It's what I'm most passionate about. And it's what I do every single day with every single one of my clients. So again, if there's anything I can do, reach out to me. Otherwise, guys, I will see you next week.